Probably should have put way more thought into this before just diving right into this the way that I have. It's a little bit of a mess on this desk out here in the shed. But oh well, we're here. And hopefully this live stream is working out better than when I tried to do this the other day. And when I tried to do this the other day, my God, it was all sorts of problems. We shouldn't have those problems no more. I've hardlined the internet out here. So any issues that we had before, they should be gone away. There's a lot to discuss here on this live stream here today. Out of the blue, I just appear live. It's kind of crazy. Shout out to everybody coming up in here. Thank you, guys. I hope it looks good. Let me check the, excellent condition. We're hardwired into this. So as we begin this, let me say this. I tried to do a live stream the other night. I was so excited to do this damn live stream. And I've done a couple of live streams out here from my shed, with the Wi-Fi. And it had been fine. But I guess in the evening time, everybody's streaming their Netflix and chill. For whatever reason, it just didn't work out. And then, some kind of a way, the chat was set to members only, but it wasn't a members only live stream. And I don't even know how that happened. I didn't do it. And I know you probably don't believe that. But I swear, I didn't do that. When you go to set up the live stream, you put a title, you say whether or not you want it to be monetized. And that's really about it. There's no default settings. And I guess this thing just kind of does whatever it wants to do. And you got to really go through and check and make sure all your T's are dotted and your I's are crossed. I said that backwards on purpose. Hey, shout out to everybody up in here. We got 100 people up in here. Josh's Corner, what's going on? Sandy, what's going on? I see you right there. Shout out to the channel members of Joe Does Stuff. I got a hell of a stream for you guys today. Just wait. Yes, I do. Ryan's Ballatarian, what's going on? I haven't had a chance to check any messages on Facebook. I have been going 1 million miles an hour. And I promise I'm going to tell you guys all about it here today. Jay King, what's going on? Finally made the stream. I tried to do this stream later in the day. And I'm going to try to carry this thing on for a long enough time that maybe people can catch this as they're getting off of work. And if they don't get a chance to catch it, I hope they'll catch it later. Philip, my goodness, it's been a long time. I haven't seen you since Twitter. I remember many moons ago. Shout out to you for being up in here and everybody else as well. Cynex, what's up in inspiration? Thanks for everything. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. There's a lot to discuss, and I'm going to get into everything. God, I'm going to get into everything. The nitty gritty. Yeah, I am. And I don't even really know where to begin, so I guess I'm just going to begin with what I know is fresh on everybody's mind, the situation with Damon. What happened? Is it over for reals? It certainly felt that way the very first day. And I read some comments. I read a lot of comments from that video. And, at one point in time, I would take offense to some comments. I know there's been a lot of times when things haven't worked out with anybody and me. And, ultimately, it's probably Joe's fault. Anyways, I respect what everybody says because I get it. It doesn't look good. Eric, what's going on? Etterlope, what's going on, brother? Thank you for the hard work. You rock, man. I'm trying to tell you, brother, thank you. And it's been a lot. Let me just hurry up and get to the point of what I'm trying to say in relation to Damon. We squashed it. We fixed it. This morning, as a matter of fact. Now, mind you, the video that you saw yesterday was from fucking Monday. It is Thursday. As I'm filming this, there were 2 other videos. There was a trifecta. There was a saga of Joe out there on his own, maybe pride, whatever it was. There was an argument of sorts that Damon and I had. I guess that's the best way that you can put it. It was an argument, right? I was mad. And the short of it is everything isn't for everything. And I've got a lot of respect for Damon. Hardest worker that I've ever met. Worked with me for over 2 years. The only person that I've been able to rely on in that amount of time in the last 3 days, since Monday, mind you, that video that I shared yesterday was filmed on Monday. Since Monday, Joe's been out there solo for Dolo doing a deck repair that killed me. Shouldn't have took 3 days, but it did. And why did it? Because I was by my damn self. Had I had some help, it would have been a hell of a lot easier. 100 degrees yesterday and the day before yesterday. Almost died out there. And that's not even exaggerating. It was so hot, I lost like 4 pounds. And I've also got a hell of a tan going on right now. But anyways, long story short, Damon and I squashed it. I would have a phone call with Damon this morning because for the last 3 days, things had been up in the air with him and I. Were we just not going to work together anymore? Were we going to go our separate ways? And after thinking about it and working by myself, I'm not going to lie, that had a decent amount of contributing to this whole situation. I realized, man, some shit you got to let go. You got to let go. To think of the fact that him and I have worked together for 2 years, we've had some arguments. We've had some times when Damon stopped working with me where I said, whatever, we're done working together. We've had some arguments, but we've always gotten back together. I would call him this morning and we would talk. And one of the biggest things that I shared with him, and I'm going to share it with you, and mind you, there's a video too, of us getting back together. And you'll see that tomorrow. I just ain't got time to edit it today because I got all this freaking footage from the last 3 days and I just ain't had time to edit it because there's other things going on too, which I'm going to share with you. But one of the biggest things that I told him this morning was this. I said, I don't want to make amends with you so that I don't look bad in a video. Okay, I want that to resonate. I don't want to make amends with you so I don't look bad. Because ultimately, if there's cause enough for me to say F it and I'm done, I'll be that baby's pappy. I'll be the bad guy. And sometimes I feel like I'm super justified in my frustrations. And it takes me a moment maybe it takes me a couple of days to think about it and be like, damn, man, just let it go. Because the bigger picture is you got a good friend and you got a hell of a worker. And I got way more respect for Damon than to let it go out like so many situations in the past have. I consider that growth. I do. So anyways, the short of it is we're back together. Kumbaya. And it's my hope that, the business is going to get off the ground. This painting and cleaning gig is going to get off the ground. And big things in the future. Damon be a crew leader, a foreman, as will I, as will somebody else. So there's that. Hillbilly River, what's going on? RVer, what's going on with you? Shout out to everybody up in here. Let me get into this, into these comments. The Listening Fat said, what did he do? Do you really want to know what he did? Like I said, everything ain't for everything. And that's it. It's just a situation that made me mad. Was I justified in my anger and my frustration? Yes, I was. But like I said, there's a bigger picture. And the bigger picture is you can get mad. Like I can get mad. And we can have a little falling out. And we'll get back together. And that's what we did. Hillbilly RVer says, I really think you do that. Do what? I missed that. Philip has been a roller coaster on this side. Moved to our own place. Shout out to you for that. Dealt with shady government stuff. Had to build 2 computers for 2 locations and so much more I can't fit in here. Well, I hope everything is well. I'm glad to hear that you've moved to a new place. And hell yeah. E.T. Zeno, God bless him, boy. We got some, hey, man, we got some throwback names up in here, man. Damn sure been a while. Man, I hope all has been well with you, man. Damn, hey, man, it's good to see you up in here. Thanks for being up in here. As to everybody else as well. Paul Smith says, what you realized was your employee was worth more than your ego. See, Paul, in the past, I would be like, you know, clapping back, snapping at that. I'll take that. Because like I said, everything ain't for everything. And when it's like that, it's going to appear a certain type of way. You know, to say that I got this fucking ego, I mean, I really don't. I'm no high and mighty person at all. I'm out here busting my ass as much as I possibly can when there's, you know, things to be busting my ass for in an effort to try to do more. And not only for myself. It's never only been just for myself because you need people to help you. If you want to do something, you want to start a business, you can't do it by yourself unless you're doing graphic design or something in front of a computer. You need people. You need a team. And I'm learning that. And I'm learning people skills because I got the worst people skills. I'll be the first to admit that. I don't got no ego, but I do got other issues. And you know what? My other issues don't even really affect like a Damon and I situation. Like my road rage and my anger. Boy, I'm an angry dude. But I rarely ever let that beast show its head between Damon and I. Now, in the past, I had been known to snap and get a little heated. But I try to do better with that. I really do. Now, if it's a road rage situation, hey, F them. You cut me off, I'm trying to react. Damn, I'm trying to react. Josh's Corner, what's going on? Susan, very special hello to you. Thanks for being up in here. So basically what I'm talking about is the fact that Damon and I, we're good. Now, mind you, in the past, I probably would have not handled the situation the way that I have, but I am happy to report that I am trying to show growth. And I need Damon as much as I want him to need me. I want to have the work that can keep him busy and others. And when you got a good worker, a guy that will work hard right along with you, because I don't ever say that nobody works for me. You're working with me. And together, we're building a dream. That should be like a t-shirt, right? Kevin says, is it because he was supposed to fix the mower? And no, I didn't have nothing to do with that. You guys, don't be trying to guess because I'm not going to like put it all out there. It's not, like I said, it's not for everything. There was somebody who had left a comment and said, you know, Joe, you can't expect him to be ready to go when you just show up at his house. So like I said, the video that I shared probably didn't give, you know, it definitely didn't give the full picture because I didn't put everything out there or anything out there. And I don't want to do that. This is Joe Does Stuff. This is a new day. It's a new day here. John says, you are the boss and business is business. I don't try to be like that, but you're right. Business is business. Boy, is it though. Let me go ahead and move on. Let's have some fun with this thing, right? I really need to get some shit off of my chest because it's been bottled up, y'all. It has been bottled up. Like I said just a moment ago, you know, Joe got some anger issues. I do. I'll be the first to admit, boy, hey, I be flying off the handle sometimes. And I don't like that. That's a bad look. I'm really trying to get into therapy. Swear to God I am. I need a psychiatrist. Swear to God I do. I need bipolar antidepressants. Swear to God I do. I found a psychiatrist. Guy that actually used to work at a prison, ironically enough. I just need to schedule some time to go see him because I don't be handling situations very well. Sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes. And this is all going to lead into the next thing that I want to share with you. So I've mentioned, trying to start the painting and cleaning business. The business has started. The insurance is there. The verification is almost there. When all of this falls apart, because it will in one regard, I will put it all the way out there. I swear I will. I'm going to do a full-on reaction to a company. I swear I will. So let me share with you some things that you'll see in a video upcoming. I hate the fact that these are going to be a little bit of spoilers, but this shit is so pressing, so fresh. Like, the iron is hot, and I'm going to strike with that. We've got we've got the prospect of doing painting and cleaning work, primarily painting work, with one company right now, with one property right now. Right now, we've got that prospect, and there's another property that we'll probably have by next month. And just as soon as I can go out there and talk to some other properties, guaranteed we're going to get some others as well, especially considering everything that's been going on in regards to this verification software that I've been mentioning in regards to validating and verifying my insurance, right? So I want to share this with you guys. To begin working at this one property that we have right this second, we have had to deal with a third-party company where their job is only to verify insurance of vendors, which I would be referred to as a vendor, being a painting company or a cleaning company or drywall repairs, anything like that, you would be a vendor. I've had to deal with this third-party company whose job is primarily to verify the fact that I've got 3 different types of insurance: general liability, workers' comp, and a major auto policy, which I've had to go and get all of these damn policies. Not only that, they do a background check. I passed the background check, ironically enough, right? Like, I don't even feel like the background check is for real. They just, oh, yep, he's good. This third-party company, I have to pay $100 a year for them to verify my insurance. That's all they do for me as a vendor. For the properties that hire these companies, I guess it is a little easier to let a third-party company deal with the insurances, deal with, background checks, whatever. And I can't even imagine what these properties pay this third-party company. Can't even imagine. Urban Adventures, you're right. A workman comp policy with no employees, LOL. I think I got like a $500,000 workers comp policy right this second. Something like that. I think it is. So I've been dealing with them since last Friday, this third-party company. And since last Friday, it has been a nightmare. I pay $100 and I should be able to send them my certificates of insurance for general liability, for workers' comp, for my auto. But they won't let me do that because they don't trust me. You see, I'm a peon. I'm a vendor. And they want to be able to email your insurance agent to get that information for themselves, so they can prove that it's real and you didn't just grab it off the internet somewhere. Well, I did grab all of my insurance off of the internet with all of these online insurance companies. So I don't have insurance agents for 2 of my 3 policies. So because of that, they have to email me a document code, right? They email me a document code. I've got to call. I've got to talk to anybody at this insurance company and say, hey, look, I need you to send an email with my certificate of insurance to this email address. And in the subject line, I need you to put this document code with a code that's this fucking long, right? I need you to type all this shit out. And a lot of these people are like, whoa, yo, hey, I can't do that. And then others are like, yeah, sure, no problem. I got you. I've dealt with this before. So every time you call the insurance company, it's a crapshoot of who you're going to get and how helpful they're going to be. Now, mind you, since dealing with this since last Friday, I've dealt with numerous rejections from submitting this information, basically doing the job of the third-party company for them. I've paid them $100 so I can do their job for them. So I do this a couple of times and they reject it for one reason or another. Hey, you need to list the company as an additional insured. Oh, I thought you just wanted to prove that I had insurance. I was going to get to that, but now I've got to go through this process all over again. Or what was the other thing? There's been a couple of other things. So it's been numerous document rejections. Then when you call the third-party company, they never answer the phone. They never answer the phone. Thankfully, they give you the option to save your place in line and they'll call you back, which always ends up being like an hour or two later. But they always do call back. I will say that. So I have been dealing with, and every time they call back and you try to explain to them what you're trying to do, hey, my documents got rejected. Can you tell me what I need to do? Well, you need to submit a certificate of insurance. I did submit that. No, you submitted a declarations page. Bitch, that is the certificate of insurance. It shows you right there. It's the insurance. But what they really meant was you need to submit an additional insured, which means that the company is listed on the insurance policy. So if you're working at that property, the company is listed. It's a big confusing mess, I know. But bear with me, I'm going somewhere with all of this. Plastic Flamingo says insurance is one of the biggest scams ever pulled. Whew. Boy, do I got a story about my workers' comp policy. I don't know if I'll get to that because this is already getting a little long-winded. I want to get to where I'm going. I've mentioned Joe needing medication and anger issues. Well, dealing with this third-party company, I came to realize that these folks, this company, I hate to say these folks because the people that work for the company, man, they just represent what I truly feel is a big-ass scam. Just taking money is what I truly feel like this thing is. And I'm regretful to inform you that now, every time I call, I cuss them out for all I'm worth. F your company. Y'all is the biggest scam in the world. Y'all should be exposed. Y'all some frauds. Man, I can't stand y'all. I'm paying you $100 a year. And what do you do for me? I'm a vendor. What do you do for me? You don't do nothing for me. You know what they told me? Because I ended up with a, and mind you, I got more reason for, carrying on this type of dialect with them. I'll get to that in just a second. I said, what do you do for me as a vendor? I pay you $100 a year. What do you do for me? They were like, well, we list you on our service so that other companies could see you. Shit, that's actually a pretty valid point right there. And they might reach out to you for work. Okay, now I feel really bad for cussing you out. Yeah, they might reach out to you for work, these other companies. We list you so they see you, and they might reach out to you for work for an additional cost. Whoa. Hit that Jake break one time for me. You should record it. Cade, Advent, I got one of the calls recorded, and I'm going to get to that call in just a moment. Hit the Jake break for me one time. What did you just say to me? You just said, what you do for me is you list, that was a weak ass Jake break too. You list me so that other companies could see me. And then, if they want to do business with me, what you mean an additional another $100 a year to go through this process all over again, which has been a nightmare of them trying to, me doing their job for them. Boy, I lost my shit, to say the least, when I learned that revelation just yesterday, right? So, I've been jumping through loops to try to get approval for this third-party company so that I could do work at this one prospect of a property. And yesterday I had all my ducks in a row. I finally understood what they needed me to do, and I had everything submitted. My auto insurance had already been approved. I was waiting on my workers' comp, which I knew was a lock, and my general liability, which I knew was a lock because I added the additional insured. So I'm calling and I'm like, hey, look, I'm paying you $100 a year, and you can see, because they told me, they were like, well, we can see your information is in the queue to be reviewed, but that could take up to 24 hours. I said, look, I get that it could take up to 24 hours. Is there any way that we could expedite this? Sir, we can't expedite it. I said, look, like I said, I don't know if you're hearing me correctly. Like, I'm fucking homeless. I'm trying to put food on the table for my family. I've got a child on the way. Like, there's no way we could expedite this. They were like, sir, the only way we could expedite this is if the property called and they requested that we expedite this. I said, what did you just say to me? What did you just say to me? Did you just tell me that you're going to do it for them, but you won't do it for me? And I'm a paying customer of your fugazi ass service as well? Joe went in. That's really what led to me going in, is when they told me that they would do it for them, but they wouldn't do it for me. So mind you, that's when I decided, you know what, for $100 a year, I'm just going to be calling and cussing y'all out. And that's what I've been doing. So today, this was yesterday. Today they had, 24 hours, which would have been today, to get my information verified so that I could begin doing work for this company. I called them earlier today. They said, yep, it's still in the queue. And mind you, I'm talking to the same person who I cussed out yesterday. I said, did I just cuss you out yesterday? They said, no, sir, I've never talked. I said, you did. I don't forget a voice. They said, sir, we've got up to 24 hours to review your documents. I said, well, how many hours has it been right now? They said 21. I said, so what's going to happen when we hit 24 hours and you still haven't reviewed it? They said, well, then we can expedite it. I said, you son of a bitch. You see how this has been, right? So tell me why, after all of this, 23 hours and 30 minutes later, they approve my workers' comp, which I knew they would, and reject my general liability, my $1 million general liability plan, because they said that it needed to be $2 million. I said, man, nobody told me that. And in fact, everybody I talk with says that's insane. That's an insane amount of insurance that a vendor would carry. I'm carrying $3.5 million worth of fucking insurance to paint. How much shit could I honestly fuck up painting? I would have to paint everybody's car in the parking lot by accident to even put a dent in the claim that, this policy. So anyways, I call and I up my policy, which is pretty easy to do. And then I've got to add these additional things that they wanted me to add. And, I'm still waiting on that to get back to me. I was literally doing that right before doing this live stream. Well, folks, there's one more little piece to this, and then I'm going to get into these comments. Dr. Moxley says, dude, you're paying hundreds a month. I thought hundreds a week. No, I am paying hundreds a month for sure. And it's not really too bad so long as we got the work, right? I don't mind carrying all this insurance. And I'm not bitching about that. I'm bitching about the way that this company's been handling this situation and how much of a pain in the ass they've been. So here's the real huckleberry to this whole situation. I would receive an email from the property that we're supposed to be painting for, right? Have I told you my painting prices? Well, let me just remind you of what my painting prices are for apartments. Just so they're fresh on your mind. For a 1-bedroom apartment, I'm charging $425 to paint the whole damn apartment. Let me go ahead and let that linger for a moment. 2-bedroom apartment, $525. 3-bedroom apartment, which is massive, $650. Go ahead and bombard me in these comments right now about my pricing, please. I'll wait for it. While I wait for it, let me check up on some comments. Tiffany, what's going on with you? Jack, what's going on? Everybody hit that thumbs up. Please do. Matthew's YouTube channel, 3 mil is average. It might be. I honestly don't know. True Crime Facts, what's going on with you? The Listening Fat, $5 a wall. Whew. Matthew's YouTube channel says that's cheap. Mario says that's all right. Buckets of paint are pricey. Storm Chaser says $400 is a good price. Now, mind you, keep in mind these apartments, they provide all the paint. That's just the way, that's the rule of the land. Apartments always provide, the companies always provide the paint. ET Zeno says those are very fair prices, man. Unholy Cal says, is that including the supplies or no? No, they supply the material. They supply the paint. Philip says everything is going up with no ceiling in sight. You damn right it is. Jason says, is that just for the bedrooms or for the living room and the kids? It's for the whole damn place. Trim, doors, ceilings, walls, floors, whatever needs to be painted, the whole damn thing. Jesse says, geez, your rates are low. I have a friend who is in property management and would crap down both legs if a painter charged that little. I like this. Brian Rainey says, sounds like the properties and that company are in a scam together. Well, let me just share with Proud Boy what's going on with you. No wonder you were going gray and you ain't even have a kid yet. Yeah. Spawn Killer, shout out to you. Thank you for that. You ever thought about doing the keto diet? I'm changing up the diet. Literally, it just started today. I'll get to that in a little bit. I do a couple of keto-y type of things. ET Zeno says paint is expensive as hell. Yeah. Cray says floor. Who paints the floor? I'm figuratively speaking, man. So anyways, like I said, $425 for a 1-bedroom, $525 for a 2-bedroom, $650 for a 3-bedroom. I would receive an email from the property, from the nice person who I brought those bagels to. You remember that? You remember that? The email would state, hey, Joe, I see that you're in the process of getting approval through our third-party company. Thank you! Exclamation points. We really want to get you on the schedule for a trial paint, because they want to try us before they buy us, I guess. But we need to talk about your pricing. You see, with the current prices that we're paying, your prices are out of our budget. And I said, what? So anyways, they would shoot me these numbers back for a whole apartment, a whole felon, a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, or a 3-bedroom, no price differential between number of bedrooms. $315. I about jumped out of the moving truck when I read this after all the hoops that I've been jumping through with this third-party company. You mean to tell me? Hold on, it gets better than that. Hey, Lloyd, welcome. Thanks for becoming a member. $315 to paint a whole apartment? These apartments vary between 600 and something square feet to like 12 or 1,300 square feet. You think I'm going in there and painting that whole bitch for $315? So then it says color change. And mind you, that was for painting with 1 coat of paint. There was another price for color change. Because this property is also in the process of changing their whole color scheme. Which, to change a wall from gray to white or from yellow to gray you know, it's going to take multiple coats of paint to make that happen. Your paint plus primer, whatever. The price for that, for a color change apartment, was $312. I said, how the world they going to charge $3 less for way more work? I said, this shit is crazy. And there were a couple of other prices that were included. Now, they said to me, hey, look, your prices are out of our budget. Would you be willing to negotiate? Are you able to come down at all on your prices? Man, I didn't even know how to respond to this, right? Because here's the kicker. This particular property wants me to carry the most insurance of any other property. No other property is going to make me carry this kind of insurance. A lot of other companies are not going to make me have to deal with this fugazi-ass third-party verification company. And then on top of that, you've got color changes going on inside these units. You're paying the absolute least. I'm thinking to myself, what the hell am I doing here? I brought you bagels with my proposal. And you looked at them numbers like you looked at them numbers while you was eating my bagels with the cream cheese. And you knew the whole time you were going to lowball the shit out of me. And here's the real kicker. They sent me what they referred to as a paint scope, a painting scope. These are the prices that we're currently paying. And what it was the proposal of the cheapest frickin' person they could find to do the work. You want me to use their proposal and rock with that, and I'm not doing that. And there was something else. Oh, and then, like I said, when I brought those bagels with the cream cheese and my pricing list, and you looked at it while you was eating them delicious frickin' bagels, oh God, these prices are delicious. I just know. You was laughing at me. You was falling out of your chair laughing at me in your mind because you knew what you was going to do. You got those bagels for nothing. Woo. So anyways, remember when I went there, they showed me an apartment that had some cut lines where you could see the brush strokes. It wasn't even bad cut lines. You could just see the brush strokes. And they showed me a door that had a couple of drips in the paint. You know, doors are a bitch to paint. You got to make sure them joints don't drip. They had like 1 or 2 drips. And then on the side of the casing for the doors, they didn't cut in the side of the casing with the white paint. So they had the wall paint kind of running over the side. You're paying $300 to paint an apartment. What do you think you're going to get? What do you think you're going to get? You get what you pay for is, you know, what everybody says, right? So I jumped through all these hoops. I went and got all this assurance, which I got to pay all this fucking money for. And you want me to go in there and paint and not even see a profit. So I had to respond to this email. And what I really wanted to say was, hey, yo, for reals. Y'all was crazy for firing the painters that you did. You fired them. And they was painting for that shit. You better go call them. You better go beg them to come back. You better go beg them to come back like I begged Damon to come. Hey, I'm sorry. Because you know where I got my prices for painting from? From other people doing painting. My prices are not made up. My prices are what's going on out there. So I had to email back and I had to try to do so. Richard, shout out to you, man. Thank you. I had to try to do so in a, diplomatic type of a way. And I didn't want to be diplomatic. I wanted to tell them, man, fuck you and fuck your third-party verification company. But I didn't. So what I said was, hey, look, yep, I'm in the process of getting this approval. I wanted to say it's been excruciating. And I said, I do have a little bit of wiggle room on my pricing, but I'm willing to hear where you're at. You tell me what the negotiation is. You're showing me the lowest possible bid for painting And I'm coming in double that for a 3-bedroom apartment. And you're telling me that's outside of your budget. You know why it's outside of the budget? Because any money that is not spent at the end of the year, which is in the budget, is a kickback. It's a freaking bonus, right? And I know that. So I said, you let me know what your wiggle room is. And we'll see if we can meet in the middle. And I said this in the best possible way that I could. That was first thing this morning. Never heard back. And I probably won't. Can you imagine? You already done shit out my bagels. Them shits is a distant memory. But yet I'm still stuck in this $100 year-long subscription with this dumbass third-party company that really, the only thing left for me to do is to call them every single day and cuss them out. Cuss them out. And then tell them at the end that I'm sorry. This isn't meant for you specifically, person answering the phone. This is so your owner of your company might play this at the Christmas party. I've read the reviews of this company. They're horrendous. This company is a freaking scam, a sham. And it is what it is. So one thing real quick, and then I'm going to move on. To say that we probably didn't get that painting gig, we probably didn't. Now, the good news is through this one company that has this property and also deals with this third-party piece of shit verification company, there's 16 other properties in the area. And I promise you one thing. I'm going to all 16 of them. And I'm going to drop off my pricing. You ain't getting no fucking bagels. And you know what I'm going to say? Hey, and by the way, I'm already approved through your third-party verification software. I surely am. And maybe we get a property who's willing to pay a somewhat fair price. Because even at the prices that I quoted, $425, $525, $620, $650, we're going to be in there busting ass to try to see a profit. I'll be lucky if I see a profit at those prices. If it all goes according to the way that I've mapped it out in my freaking playhouse imagination. But at those prices, man, shit. I'm about to go there tomorrow and say, hey, can I get a voucher for Panera? Because you owe me some bagels. Anyways, that's the story right there. That's the story. Proud Boy, shout out to you, man. 2 months. Stand firm with your price, Joe. Forget them, man. I don't know how you didn't curse in that email. You're a stronger person than me on that note. Believe that. I'm not even strong at all. I'm very weak. And I know, it probably sounds crazy, Joe talking about cussing out this company. Man, forget them, though. Absolutely forget them. Ronan says bagel bribery is not a crime. Mr. Bluestone, they're looking for a slap and go painter. I mean, that's what I don't know why they fired the painter that they had. Cody, what's going on with you? Shout out to you for being up in here. Nathan, what's going on with you? People don't want to work for peanuts anymore. They damn sure don't. I got to charge the price that I got to charge because I got to pay. I got to pay people, a decent wage. So today, me and Damon made peace, and I just went and met 2 new prospect workers. Well, actually, I went to try to meet 2 new prospect workers. So I met one, and the other one, well, they had to go run to meet the dope man. I'm quite certain. I'll get to that. But anyways, listen to this. So I meet a guy who, he's 47 years old, and I shit you not, dude's a skateboarder. Now, when I hear this, I'm like, what the world? You're 47. I'm 40. I'm out here working out, running, and fasting every single day, and I wake up the next day feeling like I got my ass kicked. You're out here skateboarding. He's like, yeah, man, we're building a concrete bowl in my buddy's backyard. He's 50, doing 360s. 50-something, actually. And I said, holy shit, man. You know, forget work. I'm trying to come film y'all. I can see it now. You know, Grandpa's skate crew, like the views. So I go meet this guy today. Not only is he a 50-year-old skater dude, he's in great shape. Doesn't look like he's got any problem with, you know, drugs or anything like that. I said, what's your work experience? He was a chef for 30-something years. Got burnt out on the culinary arts. Just wants to skateboard and chill. Talk about a midlife crisis here, right? So I said, okay, well, you know, the work that I do is kind of back-breaking. It's kind of ass-busting. He was like, yo, I want to do it. I like painting. He's like, I'm an abstract artist. And I'm like, for real? So like I said, I went and met this dude. I had a face-to-face with him today. I said, well, show me some of your artwork. So he pulls up some of his artwork. Dude's a badass artist. So I'm thinking to myself, because I don't like to tell people about YouTube or anything like that, right? But I'm telling him, like, look, man, I do social media. I said, your artwork is freaking phenomenal. You're you know, a retired skateboarder with a 50-year-old crew of dudes out here wearing Depends, hitting 360s in the fucking vert ramp. I said, man, you want to make some YouTube videos? And you're a culinary chef. Just think of the cooking videos. So when he told me he was an abstract artist and I saw his work, I was like, well, shit, I know I can trust you with a paintbrush. So that guy is very interested in working. Why is he not working right this second? He said he tried to start his own little culinary thing, like doing catered events. It didn't really pan out. You know, he's older. He's he's not even like a stoner dude, but he is very chill, like almost kind of hippie-ish, but not at all. Just very lax. You know what I mean? Very chill. And, man, I told him, I said, dude, I want to do work with you. Oh, God, I want to work with you in a major way. So be looking for me and Brandon is his name, as a matter of fact. Let's go, Brandon. This dude is fucking awesome. I had to throw that in there. A Prisoner's Awakening. What's going on with you, man? Definitely productive individual. Damn right. Pine Soul. Gay. You can't say that in 2022, I don't think. It's probably not going to go over well. True Crime Fact says, man, we getting old. You better bet it. I couldn't even think. True Crime Fact says Tony Hawk is 57. You know, that is crazy. I didn't even think of that. Tony Hawk is old. He was telling me about one of the dudes in his crew is 57 as a matter of fact, and dudes in this big 13-foot vert ramp or this half pipe, you know, doing like big airs and shit. Like, I don't even know what that is, but he was just telling me all this. And I'm like, man, I got to see this. Not only I got to see this, I got to film this. He's like, yeah, man, every Friday night at my buddy's house, we do these Friday night skate sessions. You know, some nights we'll go out there and skate curbs. Can you imagine? In your neighborhood, a group of elderly gentlemen out here skateboarding. It's just got to be a sight to be seen. It's got to be a sight to be seen. Fat Boy, what's going on with you, man? Shout out to you for being up in here and for being a channel member. Appreciate that. Storm Chaser, shout out to New Zealand. Thanks for being up in here. Hope you guys are enjoying this thing. Who dat? What's going on, Alabama? I see you right there. Duels, you already know. Yeah, man. Hey, whew. Crazy shit. So anyways, that was the first guy I had to go meet. There was another guy who was living in a motel, a Red Roof Inn at that. And I hate to say this, but I didn't have high hopes for this guy. You know, based upon the phone calls, or the phone call, I was already going into this with a preconceived notion that this probably just wasn't going to be it, chief. And sure as shit, it weren't. While I'm meeting with Tony Hawk, that's what we'll call this guy, even though his name was Brandon. While I was meeting with Tony Hawk, the dude would message me because I messaged him prior to meeting with Tony Hawk, and I said, "Hey, look, I can be to you because he didn't drive." I said, "I can be to you by 11:30 or 11:45." He was like, "Yes." I was like, "Okay, I'll take that as an affirmative." So anyways, I go over to the hotel. I pull in. I'm looking like a pluck. It's lunchtime. I look like I'm waiting on the dope man, like I got a freaking catalytic converter in the back of the truck. And I messaged them, let him know I was on my way. I messaged him. I let him know I was there. I tried to call. He didn't answer, and then I was gone. I said, "Yo, I'm out." That's it. I waited 5 minutes, and I was gone. He would call me 5 minutes later. Hey, you still coming through? Am I still coming through? What part of this did you miss? I was there. You gave me the affirmative like that when I told you I was going to be there at a certain time. Yeah, I'm up at the 7-Eleven right now. I'm getting ready to run out to Norfolk. For what? We were supposed to be meeting to have a face-to-face. I said, "You know what? Hey, nah, it's all good, man. Tell the dope man I said hello." And that was it. So 1 for 2 isn't bad in terms of that. But, you know. Ronan says, "You're going to get there someday, too." You're going to get there someday. You're going to get there someday, too. Is that a song lyric? Man, shout out to everybody up in here, man. So I got a ton of video that I want to share with you guys. A lot of stuff I've already talked about here. But I just ain't had time to edit anything. It has been super busy between doing this deck repair job that took me 3 days to do solo. Man, I missed Damon on that one. Then today we were working on my bathroom. I had to go meet these 2 new prospects. I was putting in all this legwork for this painting business and, cleaning business. And, it's very defeating everything that had been going on over the course of the last couple of days. Having the falling out with Damon, getting jerked by, the company like I was talking about previous. Feeling like everything was on the cusp of being okay, because prior to me receiving the price sheet, I was like, damn, man, the company's about to jump off and I ain't even got no help. And, things are starting to fall back in place. And one thing that I want to say is, and I'm trying to learn is, when you're trying to start a business, and don't take it from me because I'm, not very good in business, but one thing that I'm seeing, not all business is good business. And when you're trying to start a business, you want to get as much work as you possibly can. But if you're going to go out there and get all that work for a price that don't make no sense, that shit is just working. That's hustling backwards, in my opinion. And shouldn't nobody be doing that. Shouldn't nobody be doing that. Philip says, "No idea what year I found APS, but it was before Joe dropped his location by accident at the motel." I didn't even drop my accident. People had pieced it together, I think, from landmarks. I would learn just how ingenious the internet was. Richard, what's going on? Post on Indeed and really screen people. But that's a good point that you bring up right there, right? People, the type of people. You would figure on Indeed you'll get like great candidates. But I'm not a great option for great candidates. Somebody had made a comment in a recent video and they said, Joe only hires drug addicts and he takes advantage of them. And you might be partially right in what you said. And I'm not saying like Damon's a drug addict or anything like that. What I'm saying is, if you're somebody who don't got a lot of work, and the work that you do got is ass-busting work from time to time, even if you're trying to get your own thing jumping, you're only going to attract a certain type of clientele, a certain type of worker. A guy that don't want to work all the time, that's not going to be reliable, that don't really know shit, that probably don't got transportation, might got a drug problem. Like, the list is endless with the type of people that you would attract. And mind you, when I was doing After Prison Show and all my business ventures were really geared toward helping people after prison and wanting to put people to work, of course, a lot of the people that I was employing and putting to work probably had drug problems, definitely had drug problems. So in that regard, you're partially right to say that I was taking advantage, that I take advantage of drug. How can you take advantage of a drug addict? You make them sound like they're like a Sarah McLachlan type of a song. In the arms of an angel. Them fucking commercials, I can't even look at them. With them animals that have been abused and just, treated like shit. It's the world. Them animals didn't have a fair shake. And maybe in some regards, a drug addict probably comes from the same type of background, not having a fair shake at life. Life drove them to the drugs. But to say that I take advantage of a drug addict, how could anybody take advantage of a drug addict when a drug addict's number one motive is lie, deceive, to keep the party going? Right? Am I wrong? Am I right? I'm pretty fucking spot on with that, right? You're going to hear more sob stories, more, hey, yo, hey, man, damn, man, hey, look, I need, hey, hey, can I bum $100? Can I borrow that? Did you send that? How the fuck you take advantage of a drug addict? A drug addict going to take advantage of you. They gonna start singing that Sarah McLachlan song to you in the arms of motherfucker. And Joe, you don't know what you talk, bitch. I've been dealing with it, and I'm not like. Let me reiterate this. I don't mean this like Damon. That's not what I'm talking about here. Look at the track record. Well, it's gotta be Joe. How the fuck it gotta be me? 90% of the time, I'm the only one that could pass a drug test if we're being funky about it. And I mean, it is sad. Don't get me wrong. It is sad. I get the rationale of, the pity party for the addiction. Trust me, I get it. It hits very close to home for me personally right now. And it's fucking sad, man. When there ain't nothing you can do. And you would be willing to do anything to try. Did you forget the fact that I just jumped in the river to try to save a dog? But it's always got to be Joe. Somebody actually sent this to my house, as a matter of fact. Look at this. They sent me to Baywatch. It's like a 4X. I don't know who sent it, but thank you for sending it. I appreciate it. I be trying, man. Damn, I be trying. A bunch of squiggly lines. What's going on? Shout out to you. Love the content. Thank you for being here. Newborn, what's going on? So they made up. Good deal. Yeah. Me and Damon, we just had a little squabble and we made peace, man. I've been rocking with that dude and he's been rocking with me for too long to let one little fight about nothing get in the way. It must have been the heat or Joe's bipolarness. Susan, shout out to you. Joe, your intentions have always been good. Stop being so hard on yourself. Oh, I'm not. And I thank you, Susan. I appreciate that. Some people do see it, and other people just try to grind my gears, which is fine. I wear it a lot better these days. After putting the video out about Damon and I having the falling out, a lot of people had a lot of things to say. Say what you're going to say. I learned a long time ago, man, you can't. Sometimes it ain't even worth trying to defend yourself against some comments. People going to just say what they want to say and try to get people to believe other things. Cade says, what's up with Needle Beach? Man, I ain't been out there. This morning when I went running, I took a glance down there and it looked like somebody had fucking cleaned it up. And if I find somebody out there cleaning it up, I'm going to get real hostile with them. What you doing out here? What you doing? You digging through my trash. This is my beach. I'm going to treat that joint real state struck. I'm kidding. But no, I think somebody did clean it up, though. And I just ain't had time to get out there, man. I want to be able to get out there And I ain't going to have time to get out there tomorrow neither. I ain't had time to get out in the kayak. I ain't had time to go magnet fishing. I got a new spot that I want to test that magnet fishing shit out with. Haven't caught nothing with these magnets yet. But Scarface Taco, man, good God, man, it's been a long time. Scarface Taco, I will never forget you were the person that told me to get T-Mobile. We'll never forget that, man. And I had T-Mobile for the longest time because of you. And then I ended up switching to Verizon because, you know, back in the day, Verizon was the shit. Verizon is not the shit anymore. I think T-Mobile is way better. Two Gens talk. Joe does after prison work. Speaking of after prison show, I do have an announcement to make. Tomorrow, as a matter of fact, I'm filming the very first episode of the After Prison Show after prison show. You get what I'm trying to say? This is the title. All of this is the title. Show After the Show podcast. It's coming tomorrow. And when I tell you to be looking for that probably this weekend, whew, be looking for that joint. It is going to be so different than anything you've ever seen before, than anything I've done before. It's going to be pretty cool. I'm really looking forward to that. And I think you guys will get a kick out of it if you rock with that. Storm Chaser says you need a bigger magnet, Joe. Yeah, I think so. I definitely think you're right about that. Little Lizzie, I never get here in time for live, of course. Get here at the end. Big fan, Joe. My fiance just got out of prison in Washington State. APS has really been helping me get through the outside side. Well, shout out to you, Lizzie. I'm glad to hear that your fiance just got out. I wish him nothing but the best. And he got the whole world ahead of him. Damn sure do. Definitely glad to hear that he's out. Matthew says, I like Joe Shed podcast better. Oh, trust me, you're gonna get a kick out of this. When I tell you I got a surprise, boy, though, it's going to be something, man. Jimbo, no, we ain't getting no Jay Williams on here. We ain't fucking with nobody outside the circle, man. And that's just real talk, man. I never, it's a totally different vibe. You know, I barely, we ain't doing that, man. Not interested, not going to happen. No disrespect to dude or whatever, but it is what it is. Amy says, have you talked to Cody lately? How's he doing? I've been trying to get in contact with Cody. I haven't talked to him in a while. I talked to him a couple of months ago, but nothing since then. Eric says Danny's coming on. Boy, let me tell you something. This joint is going to be an extravaganza. Let me tell you. Shit is going to be good. Anyway, so the other day, I tried to do a live stream. The shit was all messed up because my internet was bukkake out here. People were mad. They were like, man, how are you going to go live and you're going to make the chat for members only? Well, I want to say what I said at the beginning of this for anybody who's in here, you know, after I mentioned this. Yo, YouTube just does what it wants to do. I don't know what, like, there's no default settings. And I've learned from that incident right there that if you don't go through and check the settings, man, that shit could be set to anything. So for whatever reason, it was set to members only chat. I couldn't even get the thing to, to even stay live because the internet was so bad out here. Well, now the internet is perfect. I've got this hard line running out here, 300 feet to the house, to the damn, to the router. So we good, man. We ain't dropping no signals. Yeah, man. Ronan says, shout out to the lurkers. Man, we got 493 people up in here from what I'm seeing, man. Shout out to everybody up in here. It really means a lot that you guys are rocking with me on this thing, and I like doing these lives. I really do. I want to show you a couple of little treats that I found the other day. I'm trying to not eat candy and get the junk food out of my life. In the last 3 days, I think I've lost more weight than anytime during my workout 23 weeks of working out, and that's just simply because of the fact that it's been so fucking hot, and I've been sweating since the time I got done running till the end of the day after doing like a deck repair job and getting smoked out there. But anyways, we went to the store the other day, me and my wife did, and I found some interesting little treats. Check this out, folks. I don't know if you can see this or not. Let me, yeah, there we go. Look at this right here. This is a fucking gummy bear taco. It's an entire taco made, smells pretty good too, made of gummy, right? I got a taco. I've got a 100% tasty original gummy burger. Have you ever seen this? If you've seen this, forgive me, because I've never seen these before. There's a whole burger made out of gummies. It's only got 100 calories per serving. It says 4 or 5 servings per calorie, so I guess that's maybe one bite. It's got 2 grams of protein, 24 carbohydrates. Jesus Christ. And then I also got this. Check this one out, right? Bing! A pizza made of gummy. I got to open that one up, right? That's the one we really got to open up, the pizza. The taco's pretty interesting too. But a pizza? Man, they got this thing. God, I didn't want to break the box. I thought the box was pretty cool. Oh, the crust isn't pizza though. I mean, gummy though. It sits on a freaking piece of cardboard. So if I would have tried to take a bite out of that, that would have been a big freaking waste right there. Is the taco? Oh, the taco's cardboard too on the outside. Man, I was about to take a bite out of that shit. I should have just took a bite out of it. Oh, man. I thought that the shell was gummy as well. They missed the mark with that. They missed the mark with that. Joe's new diet going crazy. I've actually been doing pretty good. Look at that. Look at what we got right here. We got I don't know what this green thing's supposed to be. God, it smells good too, man. Whew. Got my mouth watering. I'm actually eating tacos for dinner tonight. Excited about that. Good fiber. Yeah. I thought it was going to be like some ASMR. I was going to be eating like a freaking gummy taco. So anyways, somebody had mentioned earlier about me doing keto. Well, I have changed up the diet just a little bit. I am really, really trying to get the sugar up out of my life. It's crazy. I don't drink soda. I don't eat chips. And I'm still fat. But I just got the Dad Bod Extinguisher pre-workout drink shit in the mail yesterday, and I drank it for the first time today. I felt like I just smoked an 8-ball after I got done. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, yo, this shit is just like hydroxycut. That's all it is. Whatever hydroxycut is, that's what this shit is. And I'm trying to look at the dietary information on the back of this. It says, drink 20 to 30 minutes before your workout. So I did that. It tasted very sweet. It was probably all sugar. It doesn't say whether or not there's any sugar in it. I get to doing the workout. I got a little bit of burning in my stomach. It says it's supposed to help enhance calorie burning. And I'm thinking to myself, this shit's probably either like synthetic methamphetamine or just all sugar. And when they talk about enhancing calorie burning, well, if you're jacked up on sugar, you're going to run a lot harder. You're going to work out a lot harder. So, of course, you're going to burn some more calories. But I did my workout. I didn't feel any stronger, because it says, hey, might help you with the workout. I did my run. I run 2.5 miles with some walking, in between. And let me share with you. How fast I've been running these 2.5 miles. So for 4 days I've been running 2.5 miles. The first day I did 2.5 miles in 27 minutes and 38 seconds. The second day, the day after that, 28 minutes and 3 seconds. So I was about 30 seconds slower. The third day, I was 30 minutes and 51 seconds. I found something really interesting while running. I don't want to spoil that. That'll be upcoming. I was like 2 minutes slower on that run. And then today, 29 minutes and 52 seconds. So I was a minute faster today after drinking that liquid crack. That shit did nothing for me. It's funny because it came with all these additional pills like craving killer and sleep burner, like burn while you sleep. I don't know if I want to take any of that. And I don't know if it's safe to take it while you're fasting. I need to look into that. The stuff I'm doing is called Alpha Lion. That's what I'm doing. James White, what's going on? Shout out to you. Thank you for that. Mario Madness says cardio is key. Man, I'm running 2.5 miles, man. And I mean, I'm booking for my old ass. Joe Hussein Bolt. That's kind of funny. Christine says you're not fat now, Joe. You've slimmed down loads. Keep going. Yeah, I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to get right. Yeah, I am. Heisen Blue says, Joe, drugs are not the answer, says your user's name. I'm not looking for drugs, but I am looking for steroids. I'm kidding. I am looking, I like to believe maybe there is something that can help you recover faster, maybe help my little poor tendinitis. I'm old. Maybe I need something. I don't take any vitamins. I do need to take the vitamins, though. Best stuff on the market, no sugar. You talking about that Alpha Lion? Because that's the stuff that I was talking about. Matthew's YouTube channel says bag of meth might do the trick. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Duel says, Joe, this guy I did work for owes me $600 and is ignoring me. What should I do legally speaking? LOL. You know, the sad thing about it is if it ain't in writing, there ain't shit you can do about it. There ain't shit you can do about it. You can try to go take it out of his ass, but I don't recommend you doing that. I learned this from trying to get my contractor's license. If it ain't in writing, there ain't nothing you can do about it. And even if it is in writing and you're not a licensed contractor, legally, a customer don't got to pay you. And that's the craziest thing in the world. I see so many businesses, so many vans and trucks and box trucks and trailers going down the street, licensed and insured. And I wonder to myself, how many of them are actually licensed contractors? It ain't shit to get you a little LLC and a city ordinance business license. And a little insurance, I got $3.5 million in insurance. I mean, yeah, that shit'll help me get some work. But I mean, it don't make me no contractor. And I know a lot of people out there like that. And I mean, I'm sorry to hear that for you, man. If you got a guy that you did some work for who owes you that money and is ignoring you, man. I'm sorry to hear that. I'd put him out there, though. I'd put him out there on Facebook or something. Yo, man, hey, don't do business with this dude. This dude is bad business. Oh, Lizzie, I read that wrong, that he isn't out yet. He just got to prison, got a year and a day, been in county since January, but thanks, can't wait for the new APS podcast. The APS podcast is probably going to disappoint to a certain degree. I just want to go ahead and put that out there. You know, when I was doing the podcast with Banky, that was a great podcast to be doing. Got busy doing the flip houses. I just couldn't maintain it. I just didn't have the time to be doing it. This one's going to be totally different. It's not going to be called the After Prison Show podcast. It's not going to be called anything like that. I mean, it might be called the After Prison Show After Show podcast. But though we probably will talk about, certain topics, it is not going to be primarily, prison related. It's just going to be, I don't know. I think something interesting to check out. And maybe it's going to be motivational, inspirational, and entertaining. All the things that, I always tried to make everything. Jesse says, move to Oklahoma. There is no licensure for general contractors here. That is crazy to think. That is crazy to think right there. TRT Joe, that is what you need. I don't even know what that is. Mr. Lopez, Joe, what do you think of seamless marble that goes on walls and ceilings? I've never seen seamless marble that goes on ceilings. I'm pretty sure I've seen it go on walls. And I mean, that shit's badass. That shit's super nice. I like it. I don't know that I could do it. I don't know that I could do that. That's some tough ass shit. You need them suction cups. Yeah, man. That's you need some perfect cuts. Yeah. Middies Beast says, is that Big Sid's flip house? What? I don't know what he's talking about right there. Christy says, how's baby Liam and wifey doing? Doing awesome. Got a doctor's appointment upcoming. And she just went to a doctor's appointment yesterday, I'm pretty sure. We've been ordering a bunch of shit. We've got an Amazon, what do you call it? Baby thing. I'm going to be putting that out there if anybody wants to get anything for baby Liam. I can't wait to meet my son. This is crazy. And it's kind of surreal, just to be honest. I seen my wife sent me a video from her at the doctor's, I think last week, I think is when it was. And she's 18 weeks today, as a matter of fact. So last week she was at this place called, where you can go and get the ultrasounds. You can just go to places and get ultrasounds. You don't got to go to a doctor's office. They literally got like places you can go that just, I guess, primarily do ultrasounds. And I'm watching my son, who's not born yet, doing flips in my wife's stomach. It's pretty freaking crazy. I wonder what he's going to look like. That's a crazy thing to think about. I wonder what his personality is going to be like. That's another crazy thing to think about. I wonder what he'll think about me when he's old enough to actually be able to, have an opinion. I hope that he'll like me. I hope that I'll be a great father. Hey, man, my mind is racing on this type of shit. I hope that he'll be a good kid. But will he? Does he run a higher probability of getting in trouble because I got in trouble? My brother got in trouble? We both dealt with drugs and addiction? I don't want to see that for my son. I think, I guess more now because, Liam's going to be here in December. I got a child on the way. This is the ultimate blessing for my wife and I. But I think more about this now because of all of this, what my parents must have thought of me and my brother when we were fucking up. How much of a disappointment do your parents feel like they are when you turn out fucked up? They blame themselves? God, I got to imagine that they do. Willing to do anything to try to help make you better? Yeah. It's crazy, man. Kara says homeschool. Yo, the way this world's going right now, Jesus, man. Jesus. Joe Blow, what's going on? What's your shout out to you for being up in here? Yeah, we still live, man. We've been live for an hour and 19 minutes. Damn, boy, we pulling a 24-hour stream. Christy says, the dogs chew my sleeves. Yeah, Louie chews my sleeves. It's only Louie that does it. Louie and Lucy are the two most polar opposite animals you could ever imagine. Louie is scared of everything. Lucy is fearless. And Louis has really bad anxiety. Thunder destroys Louis. And it's so sad. He's terrified by it. And he always wants to, like, you know, curl up with you. And a lot of times I'm like busy. Like yesterday in the middle of the day, we got a thunderstorm. Badass storm. We had super flooding in my state and another part of my state because of this storm. Made the national news, as a matter of fact, last night. But anyways, he's freaking out. So I'm trying to help him. You know, I went and got all this medication for him. There's some stuff that you put on his gums, which we haven't used any of this yet, that's supposed to help him with anxiety, like when a thunderstorm or a fireworks are coming. And then we also got dog Prozac, which we haven't even filled that prescription for just yet. But yeah, he's super paranoid. I mean, super anxious. And when he gets anxious, he chews my fucking sleeves. Great. Bing bong. You see them dogs outside, just know. Just know. Oh, man. Jane, shout out to you. Got a VR headset? Man, that'd be dope. I tell you what, I miss flying that drone. I wonder where that thing ever turned up and if anybody ever found it. I'm sure somebody did. They probably pulled it up in a crab pot. Damn, man. I almost got another drone, but, you know, to get back into that shit is so fucking expensive. It's so expensive. And it's a bunch of shit that I don't know nothing about. I've had some people reach out to me and say, hey, Joe, if you want to get into this, I'll help you with it. And I do appreciate that, but I just ain't trying to spend the money, to be honest. It's a lot of money, and to think about fucking it up or breaking it or losing it again, man, I don't know I got that in me. Hey, Dominic, shout out to you, man. Thank you very much. Congratulations, big guy. I'm really happy to hear about Joe Jr. I've been watching for many years, and I'm happy for you and the missus. It means a lot. It truly does. This whole situation has been insane. We went through IVF 5 times. 5 times. I watched this shit destroy my wife. Watched it destroy her. And you know the crazy thing about it is we changed doctors. There's only 2 places that do this shit. They're both bazillion dollar doctor off. You thought a pill mill made some money? Go to an infertility clinic. The sky's the limit with their pricing, and people will pay it. One of the things they have when you walk in there they got a poster, and it's a financial poster, and it says, you know, hey, look, you know, this shit. Basically, it says, hey, look, this shit is expensive, and here's how you can pay for it. And they give all these options, certain insurances that'll cover certain things, certain banks that'll give you a loan, credit cards. You can go try to apply. The amount of money that goes into that shit is insane. So anyways, switched the doctors, and they had nothing good to say about the first doctors. My wife had heard about this one particular medication that she really wanted to be on, that the first doctor said that she didn't even need. And when she went to the new doctor and mentioned that medication, they said, oh, yeah, absolutely, you need to be on that. They put her on that, and show shit, Liam's on the way. It's pretty crazy, man. Sarcastic Panda. Shout out to you. Thank you for becoming a channel member, man. Welcome to the party. Lizzie says, soon to be Joe does fatherhood coming this December 22. Yeah. Yeah, man. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this thing up. I carried on for quite some time, and I want to thank you guys for taking the time to rock with me on this. If you joined this thing late, hey, check out this whole thing, man, because I definitely mentioned quite a bit in this thing. Quite a bit. Marie, shout out to you for 2 members. Thank God for the miracle doctor. Yo, it's a lady, the doctor, and she is, very confident. She told my wife when she first met her, she said, I make a lot of money doing this. She was like, but I make a lot of babies too. And she wasn't lying about that. She got, you know her car out in the parking lot. That's for damn sure. Little Liam Matson, which is my mother's maiden name, Liam Matson. Guerrero. On the way. Coming soon. It's going to be crazy. I'm going to be feeling like George Young in that movie Blow. When his child was born, he was like, he sniffed a fucking ounce of blow in like 10 minutes, even though I'm not doing the drugs. But I do feel like I'm going to be shaking and probably fall out when the child is born, when my son is born. It's going to be wild. Folks, thank you for taking the time to rock with me on this thing. I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as a video. I got a kick-ass video on the way for tomorrow. Trust and believe that. And a lot of things I'm in the process of working on. I said that this week was going to be like, you know, grind and shine or whatever the hell I said this week. We're going to kick this week and it's nuts. Man, I've been trying to do it. I did this whole deck repair job. I got my bathroom rocking and rolling. We got the podcast getting ready to jump starting tomorrow. We're working diligently, even in the face of opposition, to get this paint and shit rocking and rolling, this cleaning service rocking and rolling. And we're going to make it happen. Not everything that seems sweet is sugary, if that's a way to say that. And regardless, good shit's on the way. I got a new magnet fishing spot that I can't wait to try out. Man, it's gonna be good times. I got a lot of stuff in store for you guys. I can't thank you guys enough for being a part of this. To everybody who donated, Dominic, thank you very much right there. That's a beautiful Irish name. God has blessings on the way for you. Means a lot, brother. Thank you so much. To everybody who donated on this thing, man, you guys are awesome. Thank you. You didn't have to do that. To all the channel members of Joe Does Stuff, thank you guys so much for believing in this channel, rocking with this channel in such a way. It is always my hope to be able to create content that you guys just enjoy checking out. And seeing me try to do something. Do stuff. Yeah. That's all I got, man. I look forward to sharing with you guys again tomorrow. And until then, enjoy your evening, and I'll talk with you soon. Take care.